Hi, Doug here with Hope 360 Ministries with the weekly Hope 360 moment. This Hope 360 moment is titled, I'm Like My Dog. So I want to tell you a little story about my dog. I was outside in the yard playing fetch with my dog one day, and those of you who are dog owners, you're going to get this. I'm throwing the ball, and she's going and fetching and getting this thing. Well, then I changed directions on her. I said, hey, here's the ball, and I'm showing it to her, and I start to throw it this way instead of straight ahead. Well, she wasn't even paying attention to me. She just took off in the normal direction that I've been throwing it. And so I have to yell at her and say, hey, it's over here, and she doesn't see it, so I have to walk over there and get it. And so there's sometimes, too, where I'll get ready to throw it, and she'll take off running like a bullet, and I haven't even thrown it yet. And then she's looking around for it, and so then I'll throw it, it'll go over her head, and then she'll run so fast, she'll plow right over it, and just, it's bouncing around, and it's hitting her in the head, and she doesn't know what direction it's going in. And then she has to slow down to figure out, where is this thing? Where'd the ball go? And she comes down to a walk, and then she's sniffing, but she's kind of hyper, and then she finally finds it. Well, that reminds me, as we were playing fetch, it reminded me of how, that's how God is with me. That's why I feel like I'm like my dog. God has a certain direction he wants us to go in as our master, and he's getting our attention and saying, hey, here's the direction I want you to go in. And the analogy that I was thinking about was starting Hope 360 Ministries. I feel like God has been tapping on my shoulder for a long number of years to start this ministry. I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't really in tune with, what God was saying. And he was telling me to go this way, and I was heading this way. And when I finally realized that, wow, all these thoughts that I've journaled and all these ideas was him directing me in this one direction. And then when I realized that I was going in that direction, I too ran over the ball, so to speak. There was a bunch of people that came when I went through my crisis of foreclosure and divorce and bankruptcy, and I basically, for lack of a better term, plowed right over them. I kind of put them aside, and I said, I'm not ready for this yet, and I'm trying to start this ministry, and I'm not ready to do that, and I'm praying all the time that all this while, hey God, bring people to me to help start this ministry. And I'm thinking more like pastors and other people in the church to give me advice. And so anyway, I end up turning around and looking and seeing the ball, so to speak, and it was these 18 people. And so it was interesting when I was out there throwing the ball with my dog that's what came to mind. I wanted to share with you a verse that came to mind as well, and it's Proverbs 20:24, and this is what it says. A man's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand his own way? And I didn't understand my own way, and the dog didn't understand her own way because she was not making sense of anything. And God was directing my steps, and I was going a different direction. I wasn't understanding my own direction and where God was leading me because I wasn't really in tune and paying attention to him. So that's the end of this message, or this Hope 360 moment. I hope that was encouraging to you. And again, thanks for listening.